How do you deal with the fear of no?
Dealing with fear of no. So if you're thinking about getting into sales, that's lesson one for sure. I think one of the best things that you could do for the fear of no is just understand that sales, often you could refer to it as a numbers game. So if you think about it, if 20% of the people say yes, that means 80% of the people say no. Well, for many times, depending on the environment that you're in, if 80 out of 100 people say no to you, you're probably a successful salesperson, because translated, that means you have a 20% close ratio. And oftentimes a 20% close ratio is a good thing, depending on the sale. So sometimes it could be 50%, could be 70%. I mean, every industry is going to vary. But so you have to understand that the no, whatever that ratio is a no, one more no to get you to a yes. So if I have a 20% close ratio, I know I need 8 no's to get 2 yeses. Now, granted, I might get 16 no's before I get my 4 yeses, and the 16 no's might all come in a row, and then the 4 come at the end. So I have to kind of figure the math. But part of that no and having to deal with it is to understand that eventually it's going to lead to a yes, and that those percentages or those metrics or that numbers game is going to eventually work in your favor. And that as you get better as a salesperson, your percentage of close, your percentage of yeses goes up. So as a result, you go from a 20% close rate to a 22%, to a 25%, to a 30%, and so on. And eventually get to a point where you kind of have a market, you get comfortable with the materials, you know what works, what doesn't work, you know how to ask your questions, and you kind of optimize your selling environment. So that to me is the rejection. So it's kind of a roller coaster. You think about it, you're on a real big high when you get the yes, and then you get the no's, and it's kind of that dip down again. And then eventually you're kind of ticking back up again, you get a yes, you're at the high, and then again you kind of go to the no's again. Ideally what you want to do is in your mindset, if you can think about the ratio perspective, you don't really have the no's impact you. When you get a no, you're like, thank you very much, I got a no. You're saying on the inside, thank you very much, I got a no, I'm one step closer to a yes. So instead of that roller coaster kind of emotions, you can kind of level it off and be kind of professional and kind of have that even keel. So when you get the no, it's not a big deal because you know it's one step closer to a yes.